Hello, fabulous Aries. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of November 2015, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, where it comes to love, you have Venus moving into your opposite sign. That is about as good as it gets in the context of love. This is adding an element of sweetness, of lightness, of receptivity, of sensitivity to your desire to experiencing greater love, but also to the love that you have. Now, Venus, while moving through your opposite sign, is going to do some interesting things and is going to have a few interesting conversations. So it isn't that love necessarily will just feel like, a nice little sailboat ride on calm waters. But it is going to ask you to look at yourself, ask you to look at what you actually believe about love, and ask you to look at the level of commitment that you are bringing to the table. Ask you to look at maybe in some ways where it is that there might even be some blocks there, some fears there, or maybe those fears and those blocks are either part of keeping love at a distance or part of you feeling like you need to possess. And so this should be a really interesting energy. I think in some ways it is going to be very new to some Aries out there, because normally Aries do have a strong sense of self, enough of a sense of self that they're able to be with somebody one-on-one without necessarily feeling like you have to own that person. Of course you don't. But I think that there might be at least one moment that sort of makes you aware of some feelings that surprise you. So we've got Venus moving through your opposite sign right towards the later part of the month for a good chunk of the time. And Venus moving through this part of the sky is going to speak to Uranus, will speak to Pluto as well. And these are the key conversations that I am really interested in for you. Venus speaking with Pluto this month does suggest that moment of you being really surprised at the intensity of your feelings. And Venus standing across the sky from Uranus does speak to surprise developments that just seem to come out of nowhere. And I think in some ways this is going to speak to or bring love to what was transpiring for you last month when there was a new moon in your opposite sign that I spoke about in last month's love horoscope. So if you are in a committed relationship, you are going to feel this energy more than others might of your sign, but every Aries out there is certainly going to benefit from this energy. So this whole idea of possession, this whole idea of maybe a little bit of jealousy kicking up and surprising you, and this whole idea of being surprised by love and seeing this person very differently and going, oh wow, okay, this is who you are. This is what love entails. This is what it means to love, but also to respect. These are part of the lessons that are playing out for you this week, and especially if you're in a committed relationship where you share and have been sharing for a long time, different sort of emotional phases. This is going to be a really interesting time where you get to see how you are in the context of love. For those of you who are just dating somebody or open to meeting somebody new, this could be like some jealousy kicking up, some fear kicking up. So it could just be, again, like I said, some jealousy. And it might be the slightest thing. It might be that somebody is your friend, or you just meet somebody and you're talking to them and then you see that they're talking to somebody else. And it might, as I said, surprise you. You might be like, whoa, okay, why am I feeling this way? Who is this person anyways? Why does this matter? But remember that ultimately this is about you exploring and understanding and acknowledging how much within you is actually worthy of love. So that tends to be part of the lesson. And of course, if any jealousy feelings should come up, part of the lesson with jealousy feelings has to do with affirming your own worthiness, knowing that you don't have to control another and that you really don't have control over another person anyways. So trust that love is in the world for you. For those of you getting to know somebody, yes, that's also an element, whether you're meeting somebody new, getting to know somebody, and then there's that surprise element, right? And this to me does say, it seems that you are getting another perspective on matters of heart, on matters of relationship, and being changed as a result of it as well. Coming to a new understanding of what love is going to mean for you, why you are where you are in the context of love, and where it is that you desire to go. Now this moment, if you're getting to know somebody, could actually, like, it could really be a game changer. It's either going to propel you closer to that person or not. Or like sort of say, okay, thanks for that experience, I'm gone. Which may happen as well. But this is really about truth, right? And so sometimes that truth that sets you free actually leads you towards that person. Sometimes that truth that sets you free really does free you from that person as well. So that is going to be the opportunity to get more honest with yourself about what is happening in your love life, if you're just getting to know somebody, who this person actually is, and if you are open to meeting somebody new, very likely someone very eccentric being drawn to you at some point this month that should, at the very least, surprise you, but also might leave a smile on your face as well. What I love about this month for you is that love is a great teacher, and that you have that ability this month, more than usual, to attract into your life what it is that you desire in terms of matters of heart, and to attract someone who actually might have a lot to teach you, who actually might have a lot to share. And most of that sharing is really going to be about you understanding who you are that much more deeply, thanks to your connection with one other person.